People of the UK, if you watch any video until the end today, make sure it is this one, because you need a wake-up call, all of you. Listen to this.
Alhamdulillah, people. The takeover has begun, people. Beware. We're coming for your bacon sandwich.
My name's Andy. I spent 15 years in the British Army. 4 of those 15 years were spent on operations fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. Those same countries, what a good 70% of you people that call yourself fucking British are wanting and are allowing and are protecting to come to our country. You've seen firsthand over the last 2-3 weeks, or even longer, what this religion does when it is allowed freedom of movement. Listen to this idiot speak.
The Islamic Republic of the Manchester City Christmas markets. Everywhere became halal.
I did not sign on the dotted line voluntarily to allow 20 years later for that same enemy to now be allowed to have more freedom of movement in our country under that very flag what I have worn the uniform to protect. To have more freedom of movement than what we are allowed to have as native British people. Honestly, people, you need a fucking wake-up call. Look what has happened over the last 2 weeks. Look how much death and destruction this religion is causing. Look how much division this religion is causing. You're trying to tell me that it is people on the far right, people like me that get classed as far right, the ones that have had the balls to defend our country, and those on the left that fucking prance out, hiding in their little offices, that have never had the balls to fucking do what we do. Those are the ones that are defending these people. Irrelevant of how much death and destruction they cause, they still have the audacity to defend against them. I don't understand it. Another person has openly acknowledged that the takeover has begun. Islam is the problem. Look for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, when Islam was not allowed the freedom of movement that it has today. We never had problems like we do now. Never. And I, for one, find it absolutely disgusting that there are British people in Parliament, that there are British people walking along our streets that actually believe that it is acceptable to have people like this to be given the right to say things like they're taking over, to be allowed to be given the possibility of becoming a position of power, a position of influence, like Shabba Dabba Mahood. We are a Christian land. We should not be allowing Islamic people to have positions of influence in this country. Fact. Look at London. Look at Bradford. Look at Leeds. Look at Birmingham. Those were all once great fucking cities. And now look at them. Every single year, Islamic followers are breeding like rabbits. It does not take the brains of an archbishop to understand that in 3, 4, 5 generations, at the speed that they're rabbit fucking, they are going to be more than what we are. And if we continue to allow them to have positions of political influence, believe me, it won't be long until every single city is overrun by Islam. And like I said, and I will say this every fucking day, I, for one, did not sign on that dotted line voluntarily to give our country up to that very same enemy that we all got sent to go and fight against. How long is it going to take for you as the British people to finally wake the fuck up and understand that Islam is not looking to co-reside. It's not looking to co-inhabit. It is looking to take over as many countries as physically possible. Imams are teaching this.
This unity must grow and continue and take over not just parts of Birmingham, but the whole of Birmingham, the whole of the West Midlands, the whole of the UK.
In schools, they are teaching our kids how to pray towards their fucking fake God. I did not potentially lay down my life for that shit. The 270 plus soldiers that died in Afghanistan alone did not die for our government to throw it all away.
200 soldiers from the 2nd Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment, marched through the centre of Luton, welcomed home by thousands, but also along the route of protest. Muslim demonstrators with placards and anti-war slogans. One chant, British soldiers go to hell.
World War II veterans, as explained the other day, did not lay down their lives by the millions to allow our country to give up, to give itself in to this dirty, vile, cancerous disease of a religion. And yet, for some reason, people are too busy protecting it.
I'm an NHS GP, my sister is an A&E consultant, my other sister works for the police. Now, Britain is really divided right now, whether that's anti-Muslim hate, anti-Semitism, LGBTQ plus hate, and the working class feel really left behind. As a brown person, I've never felt more unsafe in the country I was born in. What are you doing to politically, culturally and emotionally bring the country together?
This is so important because I think the political divide now is between what I call patriotic national renewal, which is what this Labour government is doing, bringing people together, whether it's partnership working here or across the country, finding those points of connection, or, and this is what I fear, the toxic division of Reform and others on the right in politics, where they're tearing our country apart. Some of the rhetoric we're hearing, racist rhetoric, divisive rhetoric, that frankly I thought we'd dealt with decades ago, is returning to politics.
Christmas markets all around Europe are either scared to open because they fear, once again, another dirty cell from this violent, disgusting, inbred disease of a religion could potentially attack it.
Everywhere else became halal. Can't find a normal pork sausage anywhere.
This idiot has just openly admitted that in Manchester, all he sees is halal at a Christmas market. And you're telling me that Islam is not a fucking problem in this country? That Islam is not a problem in Europe? That Islam is not a problem worldwide? Every other country is now starting to figure this out, except for England, except for the United Kingdom. And why? Because everybody knows that even though we are a small island, the United Kingdom still has a political influence over the wider European community. And once UK falls, every other country will have no choice but to fall in line and bend the knee. I thought that we was a proud nation. I thought that we supported our military. I thought that we supported ourselves. Instead, we are slowly by slowly, piece by piece, bending the knee to again this very violent, this very inbred, this very disease of a religion. They can see it. They fucking know full well that it's happening. They can see it. They openly preach it. And yet, for some bizarre reason, we still walk along like a fucking blind man and pay absolute ignorance to what is going on. And then when people do open up, we get called far right. We get called racist. We get called every other stupid, absolute stupid form of wording what anyone can use. Step out the bubble. Step out the bubble and look back inside again. We as soldiers, when we sign on that dotted line, give our political fucking mindset up. We give it up. So therefore, we then become on the outside of the circle and we look inside. You don't need a PhD in anything to work out what is happening. The government is allowing this to happen. And yet nobody has the balls to do something about it. People have commented saying Prince William should do it. Believe me, Prince Harry is the person within the monarchy that should be where Prince William is. Prince Harry is the one with the correct mindset. That's the reason why he's out. People, you need to fucking wake up, man. Swear to fucking God. Islam is here, and if it isn't fucking stopped now, believe me, it's going to get worse.